right, guys, we are making cream cheese today. So we are making cream cheese. I have 8 cups of a mixture of half cow's milk and goat's milk, full fat, that we are bringing to a boil on medium high heat. And I'm gonna take some of this out. This is just the skin that comes on the top. You can keep it in or remove it. It really doesn't matter. Once this comes to a boil, which it's starting to boil just a little bit. Okay, so now we are gonna turn off the heat and we're going to add 5 tablespoons of lemon juice. You could either use a bottled lemon juice, or if you have fresh lemons, which I did, it equals about 1 large lemon. To get 5 tablespoons of lemon juice, and then we're just gonna add that right in on the top. I'm gonna take this off the heat. Mix in the lemon juice. And this is gonna start to curdle, as you can see, or not, I don't know if you can see. You see right there, it's starting to curdle a bit. That's what we want to happen. I'm just gonna incorporate this a little bit more. So as you can see, we have a yellow liquid and we have these curdles, basically is what this is. This is the curds and or curdled milk, and the yellow is the whey. We are going to strain this into the cheesecloth, and we will rinse it with some cold water. We're gonna save the whey, and we have other uses for that. In this instance, we're gonna give it to the pigs today, but you can make other things out of the whey. So now that everything is separated, we're just gonna pour this right in here. Now I'm just straining this here. As you can see, everything in this bowl right here is the whey. And I'm gonna put cold water. So now I'm gonna rinse this. This is your curds, and now we're just gonna kind of let this sit and drain a little bit. I want to use this bowl right here, so I'm gonna pour this back into the bowl, because as you can see, it's still draining here. So I'm gonna pour the whey into the pan. So I'm just gonna set this right on top of my bowl. It fits perfectly. Now I just wanna get as much of this liquid out of here as possible. So you just kind of take up all the corners and you're just gonna squeeze as much of this liquid out. Now, because we're making cream cheese, we don't need this to be completely dry. And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna blend it and we're gonna add a little bit of salt to that. So I just creamed this up with a handheld blender, and as you can see, it's pretty creamy. Now there is something else that you can do with this. If you wanted to make, let's say, a half a batch of cream cheese, but you also wanted to make sour cream, you can make sour cream by just adding a little bit of milk at a time. And however thick or however thin you want your sour cream, that's how much milk you would add. So if you ever have an excess amount of milk on hand, well, as you know, there's a few things that you can do with that. Skim the cream off the top and have cream, heavy whipping cream. You can have creamer for your coffee. You can use cream for a ton of different things. You guys know that. Or you can keep the cream in your milk, and you can do something like we did today and just make some cream cheese. Then after you make the cream cheese, you can add a little bit of milk at a time to make sour cream. And you can do all of this without having extra cultures on hand. A lot of cheeses, you need to have cultures. I'm still learning more about that. I haven't made many cheeses, but cream cheese and sour cream are two of the very easiest things that you can make just with some lemon juice. Now you can also make cheese without having the cultures. Now I did order some cultures to make mozzarella cheese. So I am actually waiting for that to come into the mail. It should be here shortly, and I'm very excited about that. And I will take you guys along on my journey of making cheeses. But like I said, the sour cream, cream cheese, super easy, and it is so creamy. One of the things that I highly suggest when you are making this is to make sure that when you are rinsing your curds, you rinse it very well with cold water. You want to get as much acidicness out of it as possible, or else you might have like a little bit of a lemony tang in it. It's totally up to you. If you like your cream cheese or sour cream to have a little extra tang, then don't rinse it as much. If you like it to be a little bit more mild of a flavor, less of a tang, rinse it as much as you can until you see it run completely clear. So now we're just gonna go ahead and get this cream cheese into an airtight container. So you guys, this cream cheese is a super fun, super quick, super easy, and self-sufficient way to get things done. It's so much fun. And another thing that I want to tell you is if your cream cheese is a little too thick, or, you know, if this is, I like my cream cheese really thick. But if this is too thick for you, you can always add just a little bit of milk while you're creaming it, and it'll make it just a tad bit thinner. But you don't want to make it too thin, because then you'll be making the sour cream. But again, when you're making your sour cream, just go very, very slowly with the milk. Increase that as you go, and that way you'll make your perfect consistency. Always add your salt while you're mixing it. I had already added the salt. I forgot to show you guys, I'm sorry. But I put in about a half a teaspoon or so of salt into the cream cheese, which is still a good amount for your sour cream as well. So in an airtight container, this will last in your refrigerator for about a week or so. So just make sure you taste it before you use it. It's not like store-bought. It doesn't have preservatives in it or anything else. So just keep an eye on it. Sometimes a little bit tangy is not a horrible thing, but obviously if it's growing mold or something like that, get rid of it. You know, this is for everybody. This isn't just for people who have a cow in their backyard or some goats and have an excess and need to make a bunch of stuff with it. It's always great to learn different ways and different techniques to make your own stuff at home, to be self-sufficient. So if you are in a pinch, you can rely on yourself rather than relying on the store to provide it for you, because you never know if one day these things are not going to be provided. You'll know how to improvise and do it yourself. Obviously you would have to have some lemons on hand, but that's really it, just milk and lemon. But I do get handkerchiefs. I'll show you what I use here. So this is a cleaned one. I'm just setting it out to dry. But I just get a white handkerchief that don't give off any lint. And one of the biggest reasons why people use cheesecloth, one, because it has a bunch of holes in it and it's easier for the water to drain. But handkerchiefs also do the same thing, and you don't have to layer it and layer it and layer it. With just one handkerchief, one layer, that's all you need for the water to be able to drain completely through. Whether you're making jams, jellies, cheese, whatever it is. I even strain my milk with a handkerchief and it works absolutely perfect. So I know Dollar General carries them. I'm sure you can get them at Walmart, Target, wherever else. You could probably order them online, but at Dollar General, they are very inexpensive. You can get I think it's a 5-pack, either a 3 or a 5-pack for like $3, maybe $2, something like that. It's very inexpensive to get it that way, and they are rewashable. So with cheesecloth, depending on the cheesecloth that you use, if you have the cheese sack, those are rewashable, but cheesecloth isn't always rewashable. So that's what I love about the handkerchiefs. They can be washed. You can stick them in the washing machine, or I always wash mine by hand. So yeah, that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for hanging around with me. I hope you go ahead and try to make your own cream cheese and sour cream at home. Let me know down in the comments below if you have tried this recipe before, and I will put the recipe in the notes in the description. And if you're not subscribed to our channel, go ahead and hit that little subscribe button. Hit the little notification bell so you know the next time that we post a video. And until next time, you guys be blessed. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.